Oh, hey, Governor Romney, how are you?
I'm good, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was getting worried. I thought you lost my number. I mean, we've been friends for so long. We had no calls returned, but I'm over it. I just want to tell you, I'm totally over it.
Well, I'm racing from one place to another in beautiful Lancaster, Pennsylvania, headed to North Carolina. Raleigh,
Are you in one of those Amish buggies with the horses? Are you going the old-fashioned way with a big old carbon-burning SUV? I know the answer to that. Governor, yeah. I want to get right to it here. I hear consistently, I talk to a lot of people, you talk to a lot of people, and I think there's no doubt about it that people are starting to coalesce behind you, conservatives, libertarians, foreign policy hawks, Tea Party folks. And I think the thing they want to know is, can nice guy Mitt Romney, then the genteel and nice guy, nice family guy, smart man Mitt Romney, can he take the fight to Obama? And I thought I'd just let you take it away.
Well, I can tell you this, which is we've done pretty darn well in the primaries, and there have been some real battles. And President Obama is a big target when it comes to his record. I mean, I know he's going to try and divert from his record. He's going to try and talk about anything other than the economy. And we're going to keep bringing people back to the fact that he has failed the American people. And the number one issue people are concerned about is jobs, rising incomes, the overall economy. It is the economy, stupid. And I know he's going to try and take us other places. I'll keep bringing them back to the fact that he has failed the American people, that he's continuing to fail the American people, and that in his next 4 years, we could expect more of the same. We just can't afford Barack Obama. And I think that message is why he'll lose.
And in the caricature that the SNL crowd and even I think Diane Sawyer was trying to get at, you're basically the monopoly guy with a top hat, and Obama's just the regular guy, like partying with Mick Jagger, etc. But that's the caricature they want to foist upon you. How does Mitt Romney, with all your background and experience, cut through that and go right to the hearts and minds of the American people?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. They're going to try and characterize me in a way that will be negative personally, and I understand that. But, I think in the final analysis, people will get to know me better over the coming, 7 months, and that'll fill out a bit. And then, number two, this really isn't about personalities so much as it's about getting the country, creating jobs again, and becoming stronger economically and militarily, and having the kind of bright prospects that our kids expect. That's what this is all about. And the president will try and make it about anything else besides those things. But the good news is the thing people care about most, which is a strong economy and good jobs and finally seeing rising incomes again, is what they know I do better than the president does. And that's why, even despite all these negative ads and the attacks over the last several months again, I'm doing pretty well in people's estimation relative to the president.
The polls are tightening. There's no doubt about it. So we can rest assured that the same fervor and the same zeal that we saw in the takedown of Newt Gingrich in Florida, the SuperPACs, and you're an effective campaigner down there, and it was tough. That same toughness will be brought to bear against this administration and everything they've done.
This is not playing checkers. This is a very serious enterprise we're involved in, and the question is really going to come down to what kind of America we're going to have. And it's a very serious business, and I know that there will some that will want to make this more like a game, but this is going to be a very serious matter. I think we're going to be successful in convincing the American people that this is a critical election, and that if they want to have good jobs, rising incomes, and a bright future for their kids, they've got to elect someone who understands the economy.
What will President Romney do to ensure that the types of corruption that we're seeing in Washington, the GSA scandal, Secret Service scandal, Fast and Furious scandal, will not happen on your watch?
Well, you've got to bring people into the leadership of these organizations that are absolutely committed to living by the highest standards of integrity, people who do not see their service in government as a time to go play and to take advantage of the largesse of the taxpayer, but instead people who see their time in Washington as a time of service to the nation, recognizing that this is a critical and dangerous time for America. And will there be bad actors from time to time? Of course. In any large enterprise, there will be people who disappoint. But you have to have the people at the top, the leaders who set the right kind of example, and people who are willing to put the interests of the nation ahead of their personal playtime.
What would you do right now to fix it?
Well, I'd clean house. I mean, the right thing to do is to remove people who have violated the public trust and have put their playtime and their personal interests ahead of the interests of the nation. You've got to make an assessment of those individuals and where people have failed or where you think that they have not got the level of care and caution that's necessary while you replace them.
What will the one single most important consideration that you will take into account when you are picking Supreme Court nominees if you're the President of the United States?
Well, of course, in any case, they would be intelligent individuals. They'd be persuasive individuals. They'd have.
Well, that describes Kagan. That describes Kagan and Sotomayor right now.
Yeah,
so what beyond that?
So of course those things have to be there. But in terms of their judicial temperament, it is this: will they follow the law, or do they believe instead that it is their prerogative to depart from the law? Will they follow the Constitution, or will they think that the Constitution allows them to step beyond its bounds? And the one thing that the liberals who believe in this progressive, living, breathing document approach to the Constitution are unwilling to ever describe is who is it that decides which direction they take the Constitution? They want to depart from it. Who gets to decide what direction they go?
Exactly, the people.
Is it? I mean, they think it's themselves that that they are the cultural barometers of the nation, and simply that's wrong. If we need to change the Constitution in any way, that process is done through the amendment process done by the people and their representatives, not by the justices.
Governor, what did you mean by moving beyond the Fox true believers? Because I'm sure you're aware of the fact that lots of liberals watch Fox. More liberals watch Fox than watch MSNBC and CNN combined. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I want to make sure that we. I realize, of course, that Fox has a lot of independent voters, a lot of Democrats that watch. Our message in a network that is fair and balanced, our message gets a good, fair play. But there are some networks that do not give us a fair play, and we've got to put some of our people there. We've got to get some surrogates there. We've got to get more commentators that are there. I was watching a show on CNN the other night where there were 3 commentators, and as you can imagine, 2 were Democrats. Well, let's even things out. Let's put 4 commentators on, or 2, but let's not always have a 2-to-1.
Governor, thank you very much for joining us.